here's a full in-depth overview of how to do LinkedIn outreach to get clients. So I'm going to go over everything in this one video, how to grab your list, how to connect with people, what to say in your offer, how to pitch the message, and how to automate all this so it's really easy for you. So the first thing we're going to go over is the profile. The first thing we need is a clear, clean photo of yourself. Your profile is not as important as you think it is. A lot of people put like hours and hours and hours into their profile. We want to think of the 80-20 rule, right? What's the 20% that's the most important? 80% of it is just fluff. A lot of people like the bio, all the content that you put in, and the about section, like making the about section super long, just an autobiography of yourself. That's not important to do. All we really need is to make it look like we're not a scam trying to reach out to somebody and that we're a real person. So one thing that's really important is having a good photo of yourself, right? If it has no profile photo, you automatically assume it's a fake profile. So clear, clean photo of yourself, a decent bio. So we have a bio here. There's a few different ways you can do this. One way is having, make it direct to the audience you're reaching out to. So you don't want to say, I help businesses grow through marketing. You do not want to say that because nobody resonates with that at all. We want to reach out specifically to them. So if I say, I help roofing companies get 10 roofing jobs per month, right? Let's just say that was the offer. You want to say that within the bio. But sometimes what you can do to get a higher acceptance rate, what I've seen some people in my group do, I'll give credit to Abdullah for showing me this. He was reaching out to mortgage brokers, and he had in his bio mortgage consultant. Now, he just said he's a mortgage consultant, and when he's reaching out to mortgage brokers, they assume, oh, this is another mortgage broker. He's just like me. And so they'll connect with them more. And so if you have more people connecting with you, you have more people in your audience, you have more people that you can reach out to. But he was really just trying to pitch them, you know? And so if you say, I help mortgage brokers get 10 new mortgages per month using blah, 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 they're going to see that bio and they're probably not going to connect with you as much just because they think that you're automatically going to pitch them as soon as they accept your connection request, which you are going to do. And so if you just say, I'm a mortgage consultant, they're going to think that you're one of them. So if you're reaching out to a real estate agent, you can say, I'm a real estate consultant. Or you're reaching out to roofing companies, I'm a roofing consultant, you know. And so they're maybe a little more likely to accept you if you do that. That's just something you can test. But just think about that and make sure the bio is related to the audience. But again, it's not crazy important. It is important to have it, I think, at least for the bio, but not an about section, not a whole bunch of content. It doesn't really matter as much, okay? Cool. No one's snooping around your profile 24/7, looking at what you're doing. Basic overview. A website might be good, but again, if you do not have a website and you're just getting started, don't even worry about a website. Like it's not that important. Cool. All right. So going into automation tools, there are several automation tools out there. It's hard to know which one's the best. So I try to look at the price per value ratio. So the value we're looking for here is if the automation tool lets us get past the LinkedIn limits and send a lot more connection requests and messages. So LinkedIn has a limit of 100 connection requests per week. There are some tools that have unique methods of surpassing this limit. So we want to look at if a tool can actually do that, how many connection requests it can actually do, and what's the daily limit, what's the weekly limit, and all that. So as of now, I am using we-connect.io, and they let you pass the limit and do about 500 to 700 actions per week. Now that's not connection requests, but just actions total. It can let you do 700 connection requests or like 100 per day, 80 per day, whatever. But helps me get past the LinkedIn limit, which is, 20 per day, 100 per week, So we just want to use a tool that helps us do that because only being able to do 100 per week is almost, you're probably not going to get anything out of it. It's like it's just kind of worthless, So, and just to note as well, LinkedIn is cracking down on automation tools. So if you start using any tool, or even if you just start doing a lot of activity manually, they're probably going to ask you to ID verify your account. So they're not going to let you use your account until you ID verify. It usually takes a week to do. You just submit a photo of your ID, and then after a week, they'll ID verify it where you can do whatever you want on your account, and you can send as many messages as you want. Well, you still have your limits, but they won't really ban your account or do anything like that. So anyways, you can set up an account on WeConnect.io. There is a 14-day free trial. I recommend just trying that. And here we have a dashboard, just what's going on, whatever, just a brief overview. You have contacts, which you can go into. There's messages. This is basically just your inbox on LinkedIn in one place on here, which is cool. You have campaigns, which is kind of important. The LinkedIn accounts that you have set up within WeConnect, which usually you're only going to be using one. Reports, and your folders, which is your saved lists, and we'll go into that in a second as well. So that is WeConnect. First thing we want to do is create a list. That's the first part, because if we don't have a good list, then nothing else really matters. And so we want to find who our target audience is. So let's just say we're targeting roofing companies. First thing we want to think about is we don't want to do like the plural spelling of something. So what some people do is they'll put in like nail salons, right? But nail salons, no one puts hey, I own a nail salons, right? They say I own a nail salon, right? And so you have to kind of think about these things when you're actually creating these lists. And so you'll say nail salon, or sometimes if you just say nail, because sometimes they call it a nail bar or a nail spa, right? So nail salon, nail bar, nail spa. And so if I just click, or if I put in nail rather than any of those other things, then I'll probably get all the nail salons, the bars, the spas. And so it'll be a little easier for me to actually capture all the data that I want to, all the people that are in that search, you know? So first thing we want to do is go to LinkedIn, go to the search bar right here, and then look up whatever your keyword is. So we're going to say roofing. Then what's going to happen is you're going to have a whole bunch of different options within LinkedIn, but we're going to go to people specifically because we're trying to scrape certain people. So click on people. It has 411,000 people within the roofing search. So we have a whole bunch of things we can do. Location was one of the important things. I only want to target United States, right? And we can go a little even deeper into this in a second. But also, I don't want to target people that just work at a roofing company. I want to target, or someone that's an HR representative, or someone that's does accounting. I want to target people that own the roofing company because that's who I'm trying to reach out to. So you're going to go into all filters, scroll all the way down, and you have title filters. So we're going to use this to find the owners and the founders and the CEOs. Now we're going to do something called a Boolean search. This allows us to search multiple keywords at the same time. You can use the keyword and or the keyword or. So and or, right? Using the keyword and means it's going to show you profiles that match all the keywords that you have within the search. Using the keyword or will show you any profile that has one or more of the keywords that you have in the search. So for an example, if we're looking up roofing and solar companies, it's going to show us people that have both roofing and solar. If I say roofing or solar companies, it's going to show us people that have roofing or solar, right? Pretty simple enough. So I'm going to do owner, or we want to do capital OR, or founder, or capital OR, CEO. So this has anybody that has owner or founder or CEO. If we did owner and founder and CEO, they have to have all three of those titles in order for them to show up. So here we've narrowed it down to 53,000 people. Zoom in a little bit just so you can see. 53,000 people within this search, which is great. That's plenty of people in the United States. Now we want to narrow it down a little bit because LinkedIn will only show us 1,000 people per search because we can only scrape up to 100 pages and we can only see 10 people per page. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? So 10 times 100 is 1,000 people. And so if I scrape all these people, and put it into WeConnect, it's going to give me the first 1,000. But then if I do a refresh and do it all over again, it's only going to give me the first 1,000 again. Right? It's going to show me the same 1,000 people out of the 53,000 people that we have here. So we need to narrow the search down and break it into 1,000 people chunks, And so if we have 53,000 people, we have 50 states. So let's just go into a specific state like Ohio. So we're going to try to narrow it down as close to 1,000 as we can get it. 2,300 people, that's close enough, I guess. I'd like it to get lower, but that's enough. We can take this and we can put it into WeConnect. So you can take this link, boom, copy that, go to WeConnect. You go to your lists, add a new list via a LinkedIn search. You can click on that, paste your link, list name, roofing, Ohio, CEO, owner, founder, whatever you want to call it, and then import list. We don't need to do first connections, just second and third connections. Save and import. Cool. It's going to take a little while for it to actually import, but that's something that you can do. Anyways, next thing is we have Sales Navigator. That's something else you can add on top of this as a function. I do kind of recommend it. It depends on what you're trying to do, but I do recommend it because LinkedIn will limit your search if you do not have Sales Navigator. So it's $99 a month. But if you do not have Sales Navigator, basically, here I can go to page 4, I can see all these people, I can go to page 100 and see all the people. But LinkedIn will limit you if you're not paying them. If you don't have Sales Navigator, they're not going to let you. They're not going to show you all these people for some reason. And so if you pay for Sales Navigator, you can do as many searches as you want on LinkedIn, but also you have Sales Navigator, which is a completely separate lead finding tool. So you go to lead filters here, and you have a whole bunch of more just different types of filters that you can use for your search. And you can also, on Sales Navigator, if you do a search on here, you can search 2,500 people because you have 25 people per search that you do. So there's 25 people right here. And then you have 100 pages total. So 25 times 100 is 2,500 people. Cool. So that is Sales Navigator. Now to use that, something that you can do is we can just go to current job title and we can do owner, founder, and CEO. You can also do seniority level. So we can do owner, partner, whatever, and find people in there. You also do people that are in a specific location, so North America or Ohio, just all that stuff. You can also have company headcount. There's a whole bunch of other filters that you can use that aren't within the normal LinkedIn search. So just something to be aware of. Now, you can get the LinkedIn free trial. You can use it for 30 days. They do make you enter a credit card information into there. I found a little hack where you can look up LinkedIn Sales Navigator account on Fiverr, and you can find someone selling the subscription to $25 to $35, and you just give them the email that you use for LinkedIn, and they'll activate your LinkedIn Sales Navigator account within a few hours. So I click on here, Fiverr. I just look up LinkedIn Sales Navigator account. I can't put a link in the description below because anytime I put a link, it goes away or whatever. They change the link, so it doesn't work, and everybody gets mad at me. So look up LinkedIn Sales Navigator account on LinkedIn or on Fiverr, and you will see people saying, I will LinkedIn Sales Navigator active for business growth. Obviously, they're not from the US, but you'll also want to find one that already has reviews. So they have 16 reviews at 5 stars, $25. So it's probably legit. This one's another one, 16 reviews, 5 stars. I'll activate LinkedIn Sales Navigator account for sales leads. So you want to do that one. There's also people that will find leads for you. So this one says, I will do targeted lead generation using LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So they're going to get lead lists for you. You don't want to do this one because they're not actually giving you LinkedIn Sales Navigator for your account. They're just getting the lead list for you. So you don't do that. So something like this. Cool. All right. Next up, we were kind of already went over how to scrape leads. And we put them into WeConnect, which is great. Now we want to create a campaign. There are several different types of campaigns you can create. The ones I'm going to focus on is connection request campaign and email campaign. Connection request campaigns are just sending a connection request to someone, and the automation will automatically connect with the prospect and then message them once they connect with you. Email campaign allows you to send messages directly to open profiles without having to connect with them first. Open profiles, it means that anyone can message that person. You can switch your profile into an open profile or a closed profile within the LinkedIn settings. So we can start with creating a connection request campaign. We're going to go to WeConnect. We have campaigns right here. Add new. Name the campaign. Call it roofing. And we can also import a LinkedIn search right here. So we can click, we can go to this LinkedIn link and import it this way. Or we can also use our saved lists. We can do roofing, saved list that we already have, and click continue. Now we have a couple different options that we can use. So we have follow them first, invite them to connect, like their post, or visit their profile. We're going to do just a basic invite to connect. You can do an invite message. I recommend you don't do that. I've seen that it hurts connection rate if you ask to, if you have a message within the connection invite. So let's see if I have anybody in my network that wants to. Yeah. So if you have it right here where you have this thing. Now this one, he personalized it because he said, I like your YouTube videos, but I don't want to. Usually, you're a little less likely to connect with them because you think that they're going to actually pitch you, which usually they are. So just don't add anything in there, right? Just have it blank where it's like this, or you can accept them like that, right? Cool. So that's the first step. Don't need this, and then we're going to click on to the next step. Step number 2. We're going to wait 1 day. I don't like waiting too long, 1 or 2 days, and we're going to do a follow-up message. So this is the message that we're going to send to them, and we're going to put our copy into here. I'm not going to put, I'll show you what copy to use, but we'll just put copy in there for now. Save. Select action, do nothing, like a post. Yeah. All right, cool. Save, and then the next action after that is another follow-up message, and we'll do 2 days after the first message, and we'll say, did you get my last message, right? And you keep adding follow-ups as much as you want to. Next, whatever. And save, and then you can kind of go from there. Cool. Now, going into the copy, I have several videos on how to create really good outreach copy, but I'll go over some basic points within this video. You always want to reach out with the end result in mind. What are they going to get out of the service that you're providing for them? You want to make the offer seem like there is no risk involved to them, so you don't want anything to include something about price, or even we don't even want to say something like, hey, we'll give you your money back, because that implies I have to give you money up front. And so we want to think about these things. So I want it to seem like we're just going to hand them over some leads, or we want to partner with them in some way, stuff like that. We also want to have a subtle call to action, and we want it to make it just kind of open-ended. So a lot of times in other platforms like in email, we want to be a little more direct and say, are you free for a chat sometime this week? But on LinkedIn, we want to have it a little more open to a conversation. So are you interested? Are you open to chat? A lot of social profiles, people are a little more open to having a conversation. And usually, if you ask them directly, hey, do you want to hop on a call? and they say yes, and you ask for a call, here's a link to book a call with me. Usually they won't book a call as sometimes they will book a call, but then they won't show up to the call, or usually they'll see the link, but they'll never book the call. And so it's like they just fall off easier if you just go directly to, hey, do you want to hop on a call? Yes, I do. All right, here's a link, book a call here. They usually just don't convert. So what I like to do, open it up for a conversation, and I have a whole video on how to turn DMs into closed deals. If you want to watch that video in my free course, anyways. So there are several ways you can approach the outreach, but we have, here's one that I like. I have 4 ones that I'll kind of show you as examples. Hey, I've got 12 companies that are in need of your marketing help. Are you free for chat sometime this week? So you could say the same thing for roofing companies. I've got 12 people that need a roofing job this month in your local area, in your city, which is a variable that you can add. Are you open to chat? Are you free to chat sometime this week? Or in your case, you would say, are you open to chat, right? So this is going out as if you already have the end result being more roofing jobs, the end result of what they want, and we're acting like we already have it. So sometimes people see this as a little bait and switchy. They don't really like doing this. They feel like it's lying in some way. Usually people understand that this is a marketing message. They understand that you don't actually have 12 people ready to go, that you're just pitching them an offer. And so usually they're pretty open to a conversation. But sometimes they will think, oh, then just send over those 12 people. Yeah, go ahead, send them over. Give me their phone numbers. And then in that case, it kind of gets awkward because you're like, okay, I don't actually have 12 people, but I have a system that can get you 12 people. Anyways. Next one is partnering up. I really like this one. Hey, David, I love what your YouTube, so this is a personalization first line right here, but you don't have to do this. Love what you're doing on YouTube videos. You deserve a lot more views. Wanted to see if you're open to a simple partnership on something. I've got a system to consistently get restaurants interested in my marketing services, but I can't take them on anymore. I wanted to see if you could take on some of these sales calls and you can sell them your coaching services. Let me know if you're open to chat sometime this week. Thanks. So you can say something like, I have a system. I want to see if you're open to a partner up. I've got a system that can consistently get me roofing jobs in whatever city they're in. So in Miami, Florida, I want to see if you could take them on. Are you free for chat sometime this week? And you can sell them on your services, something like that. Next up, that one works really well. This one works pretty well too, especially if you're starting out. This one works well. It's not really advised if you're, already in the game, but it's any positions available. Hey, Emil, wanted to see if you have any SDR positions available at Setup Social. That's his company name. I've worked with dozens of companies over the last 3 years. I usually get 120 appointments using my SDR direct outreach strategies. I want to see if you had any room on your team. So this is specific to what I do, but if it was you, you can say, I want to see if you have any room available on your marketing team at your roofing company or at company name. I've worked with several other roofing companies. I've usually gotten this many jobs before. And so if you're just getting started, you can act like you're looking for a job. This kind of removes risk in a way where you're not really implying that you're removing risk. You're not really coming up saying, hey, I'm removing risk. You don't have to pay me anything. But you're removing risk by just saying, I just want to be your employee. I want to work for you. And so they put themselves in the authority position because you're coming to them asking for help, right? You're wanting a handout. And so as an agency, a lot of people look at agencies in a really weird way where they think, oh, they're scammers. They just want money, all this stuff. But an employee, you have to pay them every week or every 2 weeks. There is no guarantee with an employee. There's no document you have to sign to guarantee any certain results. And you can leave anytime as an employee, right? And so you're not legally obligated to stay on as an employee for anybody. And so you can literally just get 4 jobs as a contractor or a freelancer for a roofing company, and you're going to do their marketing work for them, but then they're just another one of your clients, That's just some way you can look at it. For some reason, people are way more responsive if you're acting like an employee rather than acting like an agency. So anyways, next up, I know you probably get 1,583,464 messages per week, but hear me out. I've got an automated system to get you at least 40 appointments per month. No retainer, no setters, no paid ads. If it doesn't work, you don't pay anything. Open a chat. Now, I don't recommend you guys. You can use this one, but a lot of times people screw this up, especially when you're starting out. You think you got a fancy message and you think it's going to be really good, but a lot of times, every time I talk to somebody that's starting out and they give me this cool message and they think that I'm going to love it, whatever. Hey, Carson, check out my message. It usually sucks because you guys, you just don't see certain things that I see. But so I probably wouldn't do this one. You can if you want to. Here I have the direct offer. Hey, I'm going to help you get this end result with this system or mechanism. And we have no pain, right? So we have no monthly retainer, no setter, no paid ads. So we're removing risk for them by saying that. Are you open to chat sometime this week, right? And we're also removing risk by saying if it doesn't work, you don't pay anything. So just an idea, but I don't recommend you doing that if you're just starting out, because a lot of times you screw up on that. There's also a whole bunch of other strategies you can use. You can just say, hey, if I said I can get you 10 roofing jobs this month, would you be interested? Or something like, there's several different other outreach copies that you can do, but those are just some examples. Now for follow-up messages, I really just try to make it look like I'm just nudging them, trying to get them to believe that I'm really just a person trying to get a hold of them. So I'll say something like, did my last message go through? Or third time's a charm, I'm a real human, LOL. I just found your website online and I wanted to reach out. I help niche get end results, so I help roofing companies get more roofing jobs. Let me know if you're interested, or I'll just keep following up with you. So that works pretty well for me. Now, email campaigns, this is a little different, but you can go to your saved lists that we have here, and when we connect, I really like email campaigns because it's really reaching out directly to the open profiles, and we do not have to worry about connecting with them first. We can just reach out directly to them. So folder, saved lists. We have this one here. Okay, roofing, whatever. It's only had 40 people because it takes forever to get people going in there, but we'll go to another list. This one, test LinkedIn, right? And you can go to filters here and go to only people that have open profiles. And it's going to show you only the ones with open profiles. And then we can save this as its own separate list. So I'm going to do save list, and we can do open profiles roofing. I spelled it wrong. Profiles roofing, and click save. So now we have a list of people that are only open profiles, and we can send like as many of these as we want to. And we can go to campaigns back here, new campaign, and open profile campaign. Now what's important about this is that it will only work if everyone in the list is an open profile. If there's one person in the list that isn't an open profile, it won't let you do this. We do open profiles roofing, which is the list that we just created. Continue. Select action. We have in-mail messages. Now this only shows up if everybody in the list is an open profile. As I said, this didn't show up the last campaign that we did. So we click in-mail message, and we can just say our in-mail message, hey, just wanted to see if you were interested in a partnership, right? So you can say that, save, and you can add, you can't do multiple in-mail messages. You can only send one in-mail message per person, but then you can connect with them if you want to, invite to connect, and then say another message, hey, sent you an in-mail, right? But I don't really recommend doing that, or at least put the message in there, and then you can add another wait timer. After 1 day, we want to do a follow-up message if they connect with you, blah, 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 and that's it, right? Cool. So that's how you create an in-mail campaign, and that is how you use LinkedIn to get clients, right? So make some money. I hope this helped you guys out. If you want me to coach you one-on-one and get 120 sales calls per month using these automated systems, you can book a call with my team below. Basically, I coach you. We set up systems for you. We give you access to all the tools you need. And if it doesn't work, then you don't pay anything. So thank you for watching. I'll talk to you guys soon.